geeks and ghouls. Happy Halloween, everybody! And we're on the end of this 31-day challenge. It's October 31st, it's Halloween, and of course, on a Halloween night, we talk about Ray Bradbury. And since I don't own the Halloween tree, I want to talk about a story from this book over here, The October Country. And it's a story that, one of the stories that really stood out to me. It's Halloween themed, and it's called The Emissary. It's written in a very Ray Bradbury style. It walks poetic. It's a short story, of course. It's about a boy, Martin, and his dog. Not about a boy and his dog. That's Harlan Ellison story. Probably if I talk about the story on the year of our Lord 2021, I'll get cancelled. So what is The Emissary about? The Emissary is about Martin and his dog, which he calls Dog. Martin is bedridden because he is very sick, and his only way to interact with the outside world is for his dog to go out, and when he returns, he brings along the smells of the outside. And also, sometimes the dog meets people and brings them along to see Martin. And dog is one of his two ways of interacting with the outside world, because there's another person who he interacts with, Miss Hyde, his teacher, who comes every afternoon and they play together, etc. But one day Martin's mother comes and tells him that Miss Hyde was killed in an accident, so she's no longer there, and Martin's devastated by this. It's October, so on October 30th, the night before Halloween, goes missing, and Martin is all alone. He has no access to the outside world. He has no visitors because of the dog, because the dog actually meets people, and he has a collar that says that I belong to Martin, who is sick and bedridden, and visitors are welcome. So it's like, yes, follow me and come visit this sick kid. And Martin is heartbroken, and the days pass, the dog is away, and on November 3rd, Martin is all alone. His parents have gone to the cinema. The neighbor who is watching over him, he tells her that he's ready to go to bed, and so she goes to her place, and as he is in his bed, he hears the dog outside, and he wants to go and open the door, but somebody else opens the door. The door comes in, and he reeks of earth and death, because he was in holes early on. Martin's mother was complaining because dog was going and digging stuff in the neighbor's yard. So he was probably in the graveyard digging something, and Martin is horrified. But then somebody else comes for a visit, and I assume it is Miss Hyde, who is undead. But the story ends this way, and this story is both very sad because of Martin being bedridden and being all alone, having only the dog as his company. It's heartwarming because he wishes for his dead teacher to come back. And of course, it ends on a spooky hint that the teacher or something else has returned from the dead, and the dog dug somebody up to come visit Martin. I guess it was the teacher, Miss Hyde. And I think that this story has everything you want in a horror story. It's got a whole spectrum of emotions. There is the sadness of autumn, the idea that you're on the twilight and things are dying, which is, this is Martin and this is his teacher. But you've got this bittersweet sense too, and this sense of hope that things will come back after winter of sort, after You know, they go to the grave, they return on spring. There is this, it's the ultimate autumn story, in a way. There is a hint of the macabre and the scary, but it's overshadowed by a lot more emotions. It's a spooky story, and this collection has some more unnerving stories in it, but I chose this one because of it taking place on a Halloween, which is of course important for this day. I wanted a story set up during Halloween by Ray Bradbury, because Ray Bradbury is an author who is definitely tied to Halloween. I mean, yes, Yesterday's Story by Cameron Chaney was also set in Halloween, but yeah, I mean, that's Ray Bradbury, alright? So yeah, there is no question about it. And I think it was a great ending to this 31 short stories to Halloween videos. And also during the summer, I was reading A Boy's Life by Robert McCammon that was clearly inspired by Ray Bradbury and his stories, and he sort of reprises the story in a different way. There's a dog story, because every chapter is sort of like a short story of its own. There was a great dog story in there that ranks similar. And also when I had the review about the book, I was like, yes, there are children flying for some reason. And then I went through Autumn Country again, and I remember that there is a family of people who fly in this book, so I guess it was a tribute to the October Country and Ray Bradbury's work. But yes, it's one of those stories we don't often see in horror. Often horror is about horror, not about the weirdness, or yeah, basically it's not horror exactly, it's weird tale. It's what came before horror story. But sometimes horror is about the weirdness, the macabre, the dark, and the bittersweet. Sometimes horror can be uplifting, or melancholic, and the story is all that. So if you haven't read The October Country, go for it. There are more great stories in here. I think that last year I did a review about this book. I'll leave a link below. And yeah, happy Halloween. Why are you still watching this video? It's Halloween. Go outside, trick or treat, and have fun. Stay spooky. I'll see you next month.